Manoj, can we start?
Yes, sir.
Welcome, Asthana sir. Dr. Manoj?
Yes, ma'am. It's given. Now you can share.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, to this magnificently glorious day. On behalf of Nagpur Subsection and India Council, I extend a warm welcome to Galaxy of Intellectuals, Honorable Guest, IEEE volunteers, WI community. How lovely is this day? The scent is in the air, clearly smells with liberty, kindness, humanity, and everything precious and beautiful. Welcome to Akinori Nishihara, Chief Guest and Director, IEEE Region 10, and Mr. Deepak Mathur, again Chief Guest and Director-elect, IEEE Region 10, 1920. Professor S.N. Singh, IEEE India Council Chair and Honorary Chair of this summit. IEEE India Council officials, Nagpur Subsection, Chair Mr. Ranjit Singh, Chair Bombay Section Mr. Surya Dulla. Once again, I welcome all of you. Between stimulus and response, there is a space. In that space is our power to choose our response. In our response lies our growth and our freedom. Victor, Frankel, Australian neurologist. As rightly said, the stimulus of proposing the event and then in response, the planning of this ILS and final execution leads to leadership and team building at Nagpur subsection. The foundation of Nagpur's IEEE Nagpur subsection led in sometime 2014-15 and then finally it became second subsection under IEEE-Bombay section. This subsection was formed for better networking between professional members and student members within Nagpur district of Maharashtra state on 3rd of September 2017. And since then, we have not turned back and the rest is the history. When we approached to India Council for having joint event for organizing 3 days ILS by written mail, we received the confirmation from Chair India Council, Dr. Sen, to become the co-host, and then we could subsequently get in consent from 3 sections as well. IEEE Women in Engineering International Leadership Summit 2020 Nagpur is organized in association with India Council, supported by IEEE Pune section, IEEE Delhi section, IEEE UP section, and with the technical partnership with IBM and resource partner with IIT Nagpur. So our pride is that this summit is organized by a subsection, supported by a council, and with 3 large sections of Region 10, witnessed by Director R10 and Director-elect, and also shall be with Director-elect 21-22, and witnessed and endorsed by 3 India Council chairs who are present in this ceremony right now. IEEE International Leadership Summit is an internationally acclaimed program of IEEE Women in Engineering, which shall provide regional opportunities to foster the networking, mentorship, and collaboration. When it comes to WI, beauty is, although it's for women in engineering, mentors, supporters, role models are not limited to women. We believe in improving the diversity in the workplace and ensuring the inclusion. So we picked up the 3 words from IEEE as a team, which always been very close to me. Ignite, inspire, and engage. We brought tutorials, activities, entrepreneurs, mentors from technology, industry, and entrepreneurs, leadership from the industry, academician, and IEEE as well. The people who are themselves change makers and have led the team. We have selected the mix of locals, national and international speakers and journey through rural India to the frugal innovations. Local, because local community can connect themselves with the participants, and global, because they can see how the other part of the world is and how they can reach to that extreme, that level. I'm extremely privileged to welcome Akinori Nishihara, Director Region 10, and Deepak Mathur, Director-elect Region 10, as our chief guest of today's function, inaugural function of 3 days summit of ILS. Thank you so much, Akinori Sen, for your gracious presence. Let me try to introduce you to this gathering. Professor Akinori Nishihara is a Professor Emeritus and Designated Professor at Tokyo Institute of Technology. Apart from being Region 10 Director, he has executed many portfolios within Region 10 and at Tokyo as well. He served as an Associate Editor of IEEE Transactions on Circuit and Systems and also on BOG of IEEE Circuits and System Society. Committee of Global Accreditation, he had been to Committee of Global Accreditation, Educational Activities Board, Executive Member of Tokyo Section, Executive Member of Japan Council, and Advisor to Women in Engineering Affinity Group. Coming to second guest of ours, Deepak Mathur, the Chair-elect for 2020 Region 10. Deepak Mathur is Director-elect of Region 10, and he has served many leadership roles within IEEE, within section, council, region, and MGA. He has been chair of India Council in 2015-16, when the maximum reforms took place in India. Former Chief of General Manager of ONGC, India's premier public sector company engaged in exploration and exploitation of hydrocarbon and has experience of more than 35 years in the fields of electronics, telecommunication, IT infrastructure. Thank you so much, Deepak sir, for all your suggestions, even prior to conceiving this idea of organizing ILS at Nagpur subsection, guiding us time to time. The brilliance, the dedication, and the strategist and the true leader in you has always valued the true volunteer in all of us. Without your support and guidance, this summit would not have been possible. We are also honored to welcome Professor S.N. Singh, IEEE India Council Chair, as the Honorary Chair of this summit. Singh sir, your proactiveness in organizing and consenting this, for having co-host for this summit is the only way, and because of that, we could get in this permission and the opportunity to host ILS just by a subsection. Professor Singh has been his MTech and PhD from Electrical Engineering from IIT Kanpur. Sir is currently IEEE India Council Chair 2020 and IEEE Region 10 Vice Chair Technical Activities 2020. He is IAS Distinguished Lecturer 2019 to 21 and IEEE PACE Distinguished Lecturer from 2019. Thank you, sir, for all your support and joining this event with all your support during this summit. We have amongst us the two keynote speakers of today. They are not only my personal mentors, but having long fan following and the experts and stalwarts in their own domain. It is my honor to welcome the keynote speakers. Mary Ellen Randall, fellow IEEE President CEO, Ascot Technologies USA, and representing the project MOVE and the Dynamic as Vice President MGA. Welcome, Mary. Professor B. Ravi. Professor B. Ravi, Institute Chair Professor and Founder-BETiC IIT-Bombay, who is the change maker in biomedical devices development, under whom I have also led BETiC lab at Nagpur. And many of our students have developed innovations and biomedical devices. I also take opportunity to welcome Girish Kilari, Chair, IEEE Pune Section, Dr. Prerna Gaur, Chair, IEEE Delhi Section, Professor Ashish Singh, Chair, UP Section, and Mr. Ranjit Singh, Chair, Nagpur Subsection, Dr. Surya Dulla, Chair, Bombay Section, to this inaugural program. Thank you so much, Elisa, Takako, Renu, Ashish, to join this summit. Professor Asthana sir, Shivaji sir, welcome to this program. Let me take opportunity to invite the only person. It's a long, when you conceive the idea, you have, you start the journey and then the team is being formed. There are many volunteers who have really contributed. Few names I would like to take here: Vamsi, Ravi, Manoj, Prachi, Pooja, and the last but not the least, the only person who worked for 10 months rigorously with only one agenda, and that was Amoli. In fact, since last October we have submitted this proposal, probably she has not taken a pause. 65 speakers with 15 plus countries and 150 plus organizations, having 765 registrations for different sessions, volunteers and nominees. I'm sure the team have received the tremendous response. Congratulations, team, once again, on behalf of ILS 2020 Nagpur subsection. I welcome you all. Let me conclude by extending warm welcome to one and all. Over to you, Amoli.
Good evening, one and all. And thank you, Dr. Priti Bajar. Welcome. It's a great privilege for me, Dr. Amoli Bilsare, organizing co-chair IEEE Women in Engineering International Leadership Summit 2020 Nagpur, to welcome you all here on behalf of organizing team IEEE WI ILS 2020 Nagpur, dignitaries and the online community. Let me present you the teamwork. Hope I shall justify the efforts done by the entire team which is spread across sections, subsections, and councils. The Women in Engineering Leadership Summit is designed with the theme Ignite, Inspire, Engage. A Woman in Engineering Summit, we have tried it not to be a gender biased summit for inspiring and engaging enthusiastic minds. Thinking that the role model for every individual could be anyone, its father, mother, friend, teacher, or any well known personality. We have gathered a diverse group of intellectuals from all front fields of technology. We have a cluster of 34% male and 66% female speakers in the summit. Amongst the august gathering of eminent personalities, we have leaders from several communities, like there are 16 leaders from IEEE as well as industry each, 21 from WIE community, and 10 entrepreneurs. The summit began with 4 hours IBM workshop on Introduction to Blockchain Technology and Design Thinking by IBM in the morning. And now we have the inauguration ceremony followed by 2 keynotes. On day 2, in the morning session, we will have 2 power talks followed by a panel discussion on Women in Technology We Lead with a total of 8 panelists. In the afternoon session of day 2, again we will have 8 power talks in tracks Innovation, Entrepreneurship, and Social Leadership and Empowerment. The day 2 will end with a panel discussion on rethinking work, flexibility, and engagement. There are 26 speakers from industry, academia, and entrepreneurs on day 2. On day 3 of the summit, we will have 13 power talks in 3 tracks and total 22 speakers. The summit will end with a valedictory function, including 2 keynotes, followed by the Sri Prahlad Chabriya WIE Award Ceremony of India Council. In all, there are total 65 speakers in the summit with 26 talks, 2 panel discussions, 1 pre-summit workshop on blockchain by IBM. Organizations involved in organizing Subsection and India Council, 1 institute channel partner and 1 workshop partner industry, and 100 plus volunteers. An overwhelming response received from all corners of India for the summit. I hope through such a galaxy of speakers, everyone will definitely gain the knowledge and get ignited for the future endeavors. With this summit overview, now I proceed to the next segment of the inaugural function. Taking the opportunity, now I invite Ranjit Singh, Chair IEEE Nagpur Subsection, for a welcome address on behalf of Nagpur Subsection. Ranjit sir, over to you.
As we say, every woman should be an inspiration to another. We are strongest when we cheer each other on. Good evening, all the dignitaries present today in the inaugural session of WIE ILS 2020, hosted by Nagpur Sub. Good end. Now, it's opportunity to welcome Dr. Surya Narayan. Say, dignitaries from Region 10. Host will increase. Operations of 2017. And we take the benefit as the students. Making you a big national conference. Of growth and the
Ranjit, we are unable to hear you.
without many words.
Hello.
Sir, we are
Ranjit,
unable
sir?
to.
Hello, am I able?
Ranjit sir, can you stop your camera and speak, please?
Yeah, am I okay now? Am I audible?
Yes,
Yep.
loud and clear.
Yes, sir.
Yes, I do not know till where I could be heard. Dr. Amuli, if you can help me.
Hello.
Ranjit sir, most of it didn't go well, so we would request you to take it again.
Okay, okay. I hope I welcomed the guests and it was heard. It was clear. I hope so.
Yes.
Yeah, that's
Yes.
what we heard. Yeah.
Yes, yes.
Okay, okay, okay. I'm really sorry. I do not know when the technology is needed the most, it backfires. So I'm really sorry for the disruption. Yeah. So since the formation of the subsection in September 2017, we have been growing steadily and have ensured we take the benefits and grow to the most important pillars of IEEE, that is the students. We are focused on processes and hence ensured good governance at Nagpur subsection. We have been hosting events and conferences, some of which are becoming big, and we are hopeful of taking it forward and making it into big national conferences. And to name a few, our Nagpur subsection Congress is becoming very large. We are very happy to host IELTS 2020, which is an international event. While we are working here for the benefit of the subsection, we have been encouraging the student branches, the students, and the volunteers in hosting the events in a self-sustained manner, and hence grooming them for the future, so that they eventually become good individuals, techies, and business leaders of the future. We want to keep up the pace of growth, and hence are going forward with our endeavor of getting elevated to section. And we take this opportunity to request all the office bearers of IEEE present here to support us in this endeavor. I cannot end this without mentioning about the subsection volunteers. Without their energy, zeal, and passion, we would not have reached where we are as a subsection today. The SAC team has been very active in proper planning and execution of all the events of the subsection, and they have put in a lot of effort for this event as well, led by our SSR Tushar Dua. Wishing them all the success, then they deserve it. I would like to congratulate the WIE team, the chair, Dr. Priti Bajaj, the co-chairs, Dr. Amuli, Vamsi, Dr. Prachi Palsutkars, and other members of the core group for planning a grand show. We are sure that it would be a grand success, and I really feel the same by looking at the host of this, the galaxy of speakers we have and the kind of participation we are getting. We welcome you all on behalf of Nagpur subsection WIE ILS 2020, and please help us in making it a grand success. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ranjit, sir. Now I request Dr. Suryanarayan Dula, Chair Bombay section, for a formal short welcome on behalf of host section. Surya sir, over to you, please.
Thank you, Dr. Amoli. And first, I would like to start by congratulating the leadership. Primarily, in my opinion, actually, Dr. Preeti Bajaj and Dr. Amoli Belsare, because I think, despite her busy schedule, I'm sure she's able to pull all these things. And look at the program. I mean, I have looked at the program. It is so well curated. There is strong balance between industry, academia, and societal issues, also technology issues. I mean, excellent balance in the program. I look forward to attend most of the session as much as possible. I also request all the IEEE leaders who are actually part of the summit, that is IEEE ILS, request you to please spare some time and actually attend the sessions. I'm quite sure all these sessions are going to be extremely useful. We have excellent speaker coming in across the world. Okay, I don't want to take a lot of time. I have been given 1 minute. I don't want to exceed it. Thank you very much once again, and I look forward to attend the sessions and looking forward to meeting you all again in the valedictory section. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Surya sir. We are fortunate enough to have Professor S.N. Singh, Vice Chair Technical Activities, Region 10, and India Council Chair 2019-20, and Honorary Chair at this function. Without your approval, this would not have been possible. Sir, your few encouraging words would keep some energy to be on high. Professor S.N. Singh, sir, please, over to you.
Good evening to all of you. Professor Akinori, to our keynote speakers of this function, various R10 and IC XCOM members, and of course, this is Molly and his team. Her team, basically they did the day and night to bring this event in such a form. No doubt this is a three-day event, and I saw from morning starting and ending at the late evening. And you know, it's the pack of the program, and I can see the many role models women will be delivering, and it is not basically a lecture, but it is, I can say, simply interaction sessions. And many of, I can see 700 plus registrations are there. Some people are there attending because due to the various their availability and since it's a working day. But I'm sure this is going to be one of the milestone of the Nagpur section as well as since it's a part of the Bombay section. I'm very happy that at least the three big sections are supporting and the part of this. This is the beauty of India Council. Always we are basically coming together to solve the issues, to even though sit together and to give our best to our volunteers and as well as IEEE. And this whole scheme is basically to our stalwarts. I can simply say Prof. Preeti Bajaj, who is the woman behind whole scene, and you can see, and no doubt this hard work given by the Dr. Amoli Belrase, because they keep on, even the WhatsApp I was receiving, sometimes I was not even able to follow how they are so active. In the last 2 months, basically, earlier, no doubt we planned long back, but due to this COVID-19, you know, all the things are changed. Because it was the face-to-face, certainly it was a very good event in terms of interacting we all, but the virtually we can see each other and we are talking. And this event is one of the milestone of the Nagpur section, as also I can say India Council as well. So thank you all, those are directly and indirectly involved in this whole function and this event. I should not miss to thank and congratulate them. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, sir, for your support and encouragement. If your actions inspire others to dream more, learn more, do more, and become more, you are a leader. As John Quincy Adams said, I feel very privileged to invite our leaders from IEEE Region 10, spirited, dynamic, and respected Akinori Nishihara, Director Region 10 Asia Pacific, along with Deepak Mathur, Director-elect Region 10 Asia Pacific, as the chief guest of today's function to enlighten us with their words of wisdom. Akinori, sir, over to you, please.
Yeah, thank you very much for your kind introduction. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen in Region 10. Good morning and good afternoon to people from other regions. Welcome to the IEEE International Leaders Summit 2020 Nagpur. The main host of this summit, Nagpur Subsection, has been very active and holding many technical talks, lecture series, workshops, and so on. And this year it is hosting this IIELS. Last year, there were 9 IIELS in the world, and 3 of them were held in Region 10. This year, many leadership summits were planned, but because of COVID-19, many are held virtually or postponed to next year. This summit, 2020 Nagpur, is also held virtually. We become accustomed to virtual events now, and I hope we have nice talks and discussions in this ILS. Now I declare the official opening of IEEE Women in Engineering International Leadership Summit 2020 Nagpur. Thank you very much and enjoy the summit.
There should be some clapping.
Thank you so much, Akinori sir. Now I request Deepak Mathur sir. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Dr. Amoli, for presenting excellent overview of the summit. And good evening, good afternoon, and good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'm really glad to see that the very sought after event of WI Leadership Summit is happening today. In fact, if I remember, it was planned in person at Nagpur. But it is good that committee has taken the decision to have it in virtual format, and because of the challenges posed by COVID-19. So these virtual events are keeping our members engaged in really a very effective way. And there are also many other benefits of such virtual events. We are attending this event from the comfort of our own places. We are also seeing increased and diverse participation. So going virtual is a very, very good decision by the team. I have personally noticed the efforts put by the committee in meticulous planning in organizing this event. And that is really remarkable. And most of the speakers are very, very renowned. And we are going to have good intellectual sessions with thoughtful deliberations, and all credits to the leadership and its organizing committee. And I'm sure we are going to have a wonderful event. So thank you very much once again, Dr. Preeti Bajaj, Dr. Amodi, and all organizing committee for the kind invitation which you rendered to me and giving me an opportunity to be part of this event. And I'm really honored. So this ILS, as it was told by Dr. Preeti Bajaj, has collaborative approach in organizing this summit. It is very much appreciable. The participation is from 3 sections and a subsection and a council, where Nagpur subsection is leading the initiative. So many congratulations, Nagpur subsection, for leading this initiative, and other participating sections, UP, Pune, and Delhi, for all your contributions. So collaboration is really key to success, and we expect section chapter, we expect section affinity group collaborations, and similarly collaborations in other activities need to be encouraged to get value-added programs. So this ILS is a very good example of collaborative participation. I'm going to talk something about which I really noticed in very recent discussion, and where Akinori Nishihara was also present and Takako Hashimoto was also present. So recently in Region 10 SYWL Congress, there was a WI Young Engineers Forum, and many WI leaders presented on various topics. And they were presenting the outcome of surveys come brainstorming sessions, which they had conducted in their respective groups. The session was very interesting, and the speakers also presented best practices being followed in their respective sections, challenges faced by women engineers, and also they discussed many ideas. So they spoke about the inspiring and engaging young girls in rural schools, about STEM education being by engaging in tri-engineering. The most important and very relevant point, which I learned from one of the presentation, and was about an initiative. The initiative which was suggested was Mentor Her program. I think Akinori and Takako can refer to that. So that was recommendation by a group of WI members from different countries who participated in a brainstorming session, and probably this was from Singapore, and Aishwarya delivered this particular presentation. And I know Aishwarya is also part of the speaker. She is going to be one of the speaker in this particular summit. So I suggest, if this kind of the program, Mentor Her program, is not in practice by WI, we need to start that. I strongly believe that girl students, women engineers, they surely need mentors. It is not only inspiring girls for taking up education is important, but it is more or equally important that they take up job after education and they stay in the job. So for throughout the cycle, they need help. They need support, they need mentorship. So, and continuation in profession has always been challenging for women. So there are some shocking facts, and some research have shown that nearly 40% of women who earn engineering degrees quit the profession or never enter in the profession. And studies have also revealed that today around 20% women are in engineering, but only 11% opt for practicing engineer. The other very surprising data about women engineers is that 1 in 4 female engineers leave the field or leave the profession after the age of 30. So we really need effective mentorship programs to inspire and engage women engineers starting from their education and throughout their career. The other aspect which was brought in the discussion during that FIEEE Congress was how to fix leaky pipeline and engaging industry professionals in IEEE to address their professional and technical development. So if we develop more women leaders, I believe they will address women-related issues with more rigor and more passion. And IEEE can play a significant and important role in developing more women leaders. Their programs like ILS, the summit, and ILC, the conference, are excellent programs and would be instrumental in devising plans to address such issues. So other aspect which I would like to share that, and that is being really promoted by Akinori Nishihara is spearheading that particular project. IEEE has started a new initiative, Reaching Locals, and where you are encouraged to organize events, programs in local languages for better understanding of technical subjects by students and our members who are more comfortable in their mother tongue. So please take use of this initiative in promoting WI objectives. So I would like to use the thoughts of Professor Basabi. Again, I would like to refer Akinori Nishihara and Takako Hashimoto that this was really liked by everybody who was present in that particular session. And Professor Basabi was moderating that WI session in SYWL event, which I just referred. She said that we are looking for a collective success, and individual success does not matter in building a society. So for that, I believe more responsibilities lie with men in promoting women in education and also encouraging our peers at workplaces. So we are looking for a society where we have equal opportunity for growth. IEEE's vision in creating WI affinity group, and then the efforts of WI members and volunteers in making this community so vibrant in promoting women education is really outstanding. And I'm sure WI events will develop more women volunteers, volunteer leaders, and the leaders in the field of engineering and technology. And consequently, they will help in shaping a better world. With this, I conclude. And thank you all for giving me an opportunity to share my thoughts. And I wish WI Leadership Summit a grand success. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Deepak sir. With your acknowledgement, thank you, sir. I the virtual appreciation from all of us.
Amoli, your voice is breaking. So, Deepak sir and Akinori sir, we wanted you both to jointly declare the summit is open.
So I will join Akinori Nishihara. He can declare the word summit open.
Yeah, I declare together with Deepak.
Yes.
Opening of the summit.
Yes. I join hands with Akinori in declaring this particular summit open.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much, sir. Now I request Akinori sir to please accept the token of appreciation from us at ILS Nagpur. Thank you, sir. Also,
thank you.
Thank you, sir. I also request Deepak sir to accept the virtual token of appreciation. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you,
I
ma'am.
also
Thank you.
request. I also now request Professor S.N. Singh sir to accept the e-memento from WIEILS Nagpur team.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Now I request the education is the passport to the future. For tomorrow belongs to those who prepare it for today. So let us educate ourselves with the recent developments in science and technology by listening to our keynote speakers. Now we have a very insightful, experienced and energetic leader from IEEE, none other than Mary Ellen N. Randall. Fellow IEEE, President CEO, Ascot Technologies Insurance USA, and a very accomplished and expert in biomedical product development, Professor B. Ravi, Institute Chair Professor, Principal Investigator, BETiC, IIT, Bombay. It is an honor to me to introduce these dignitaries of such a high stature at our main table. Mary Ellen Randall is a founder and CEO of Ascot Technology Insurance, a company which develops application softwares for cell phones, wireless devices, and the web. Previously, she spent 22 years with IBM, including an international assignment on Montreal, Canada. Ms. Randall sits on the IEEE USA Award Board, served as a IEEE Region 3 Awards and Recognition Chair, IEEE Region 3 Women in Engineering Chair, and Board Chair for the Women's Institute. Ms. Randall chaired the worldwide IEEE Women in Engineering Committee from 5 to 6, is a past IEEE Eastern North Carolina Section Chair and past president of the Business and Professional Women of RELI. She was also named as one of the top 25 women in business in 2005 in Carolina. Now I request Mary Randall to enlighten us with her wisdom of words. Ma'am, please over to you.
Thank you. May I share my screen?
Yeah, sure. Manoj, please make Mary ma'am to.
Yes, ma'am.
Are you seeing my PowerPoint? My cover page?
Yes, ma'am,
Yes, yes.
we can.
Yes.
Very good. Thank you. So good evening, everyone, and good morning and an afternoon if you are in another part of the world. It's a real pleasure and an honor to be with you today. Thank you for your kind invitation to share some thoughts on inspiring and engaging. Inspiring and engaging are very important to each of us and to the human condition. As engineers and technologists, we regularly deal with binary conditions, on and off, 0 and 1, facts, figures, equations, mathematical certainties, etc. We do that in our work and perhaps not so much think about feeling words like inspiration and engagement. Taking a simple case, 2 + 2 = 4, it's not a feeling to us, it's just a simple fact. But as a parent, we strive to inspire our children to reach their potential. The dictionary says that to inspire is to fit someone with the urge or ability to do or feel something. Feel something. A little bit of a strange concept in our day-to-day environment, perhaps. But as a parent, We help a child discover and develop their abilities and talents. We nurture them so they feel comfortable using those talents, and they begin to feel pride and enjoyment from exercising those talents. This leads them to discover satisfaction and urges them to progress even further. But how else do we do that? We engage with them. Engagement involves interaction with another person. It requires involvement or participation in someone's interest, and it attracts their attention back. But above all, children follow where we lead, and personal example is our most powerful tool. Can we inspire and engage a colleague or a friend? And how is that similar to what a parent does? As a caring person, we can certainly help a colleague or friend reach their potential. This may involve helping them to feel they want to accomplish a task, or to reach a particular goal, or to give them the courage to network with someone new. We can help them discover and develop their talents as well. We nurture them in a slightly different way because we're on the peer level, perhaps. But sometimes by just actively listening to their thoughts or their struggles, or helping them clarify a problem, helping them to organize their thoughts, or develop a plan of execution. All these are incredibly powerful actions. And all these activities may lead to inspiration, and again, require interaction and engagement, back and forth between the individuals. But this can lead to insight, understanding, development of the individual and their planned actions, and even ownership of the outcome. So next, let's look at how this applies to leading or managing teams. The first step in inspiring and engaging a team is to establish a common interest or common grounds. Perhaps that common interest is a product or a service you're going to develop together as a work team. This likely involves getting to know team members more deeply, engaging so you learn more about what motivates them or their skill sets, so the team can operate synergistically throughout the entire project. The next step is to establish project goals and structure. Again, involve the team, encourage their help in construction of the development plan. Help them with the team structure and goals. All these things that they can contribute to. This leads to trust building, team ownership of the project, and a better result. Building relationships is always important, especially at this point in the project. Do not forget to take time to nurture the team members. Make sure they have adequate training and a clear understanding of the detailed plans. Ultimately, that ownership will result in a successful program or product and result in increased sharing and outreach to the larger community, whether that be new customers, other researchers, other teams, etc. But never give up on your dream. MOVE is an example of a program developed using this technique. It is an IEEE program to provide disaster relief and public education. It was designed and developed and is operated by IEEE volunteers. What you're looking at here is a physical manifestation of this program, which is a disaster relief truck. But of course, the program is about all the people who have contributed and continue to contribute and make this happen. So the goals for MOVE were to provide communication, energy, light, and information to disaster survivors. And of course, we want to give comfort to the survivors. In many cases, these folks have lost a large part of their belongings, perhaps their home. They may have only damage to it, but it's significant interruption in their life. They may have lost all their pictures, their memories. They may need food, clothing, and shelter, and so on. So our goal is to engage IEEE members through this project involvement and use our technical skills to help give comfort to these survivors of these natural disasters. So we provide things that in IEEE, all of our members help develop. And now we're applying them in a situation where there is a deficit of these things. For instance, the communication infrastructure or the power is out. There's been flooding, there's different things like that have impacted the natural flow of life. So we provide, we fill the gap. We provide communication, energy, information about what's available, where it's available, how we can get help. We connect people, and even light makes a big difference in the lives of someone when it's perpetual darkness. So educational outreach, we do when we're not at natural disasters, and we outreach to both students and to the general public. And many people are surprised to understand the significance of the technologies developed by IEEE members. We share results widely, so I thank you for this opportunity to share it today. And this was always intended to be just a pilot program, the first one to show that this is something that IEEE members have interest in. And we're now in the process of trying to adapt it to other regions. And we're going forward to try to get the approval to implement in India in November. We build trained volunteer communities. So this is an ongoing program. It's not once and done. We train all the time. We learn about the technologies in the truck, how to use them, how to provide this comfort. How do you interact with people who have just lost everything, and things of that nature. So it's a comprehensive and ongoing and enduring kind of program. And of course, our goal is to promote IEEE and be great ambassadors for IEEE whenever we deploy to a disaster or when we go and do any kind of outreach activity. So I'll give you a very quick rundown of what's inside the truck at a very high level. And this is a cutaway version of what it looks like. We're basically self-contained. We have power on board through both a generator, diesel generator, and solar panels. And that's connected into one power system that we have. And we have a satellite dish so that even when the cell towers are out and lines are cut, different things like that, we still can communicate. We have access to the internet, of course, through the satellite dish. And we use internet protocol or IP telephones across that satellite. So again, whenever the infrastructure here down on Earth is missing, we still can get to the satellite and provide communications. We also utilize radios and other technologies to make sure that we can always be helping. This is how we assist relief workers, but we also provide internet access to the survivors whenever that's possible, so they can reach their families and they can ask for help and let them know they're okay. Things like that are extremely valuable to folks when they're in such a dire situation. So our history with the program, just briefly, is we started with the truck in March of 2016. Of course, there were a couple of years of preparation prior to that, but we took possession of the truck. We designed it with IEEE volunteers. We had it professionally built, and we've been to 19 natural disasters during that time. And as you would guess, this year's been extremely 2020, as we say here. We've been to 5 disasters so far this year, and there's another one on the radar that we're watching that we think we may have to respond to. So when we're not at disasters, and we tend to have roughly a season for those, then what we do is go and do public visibility events. And typically we get to science festivals and schools and conferences and different things like this till we get to about 50,000 people a year. I realize that's not a big number perhaps for you folks, but that's a pretty good reach for us with just one truck to be able to get to that many folks in the US. However, I will tell you this year, of course, we have had to curtail that part of our mission and deal. In the interim, we've been dealing very heavily with training and advancing the technologies and making sure we're all up to date on the best responses. And of course, we had to deal with new procedures and things for COVID. How do we keep our volunteers safe? That was a huge concern. And we couldn't deploy until we felt we had a very sound plan for that. So this is a quote from Maya Angelou, who is an author and poet. And to me, this sums up why feelings are important. She said, people will forget what you said or what you did, but they'll never forget how you made them feel. So to summarize what we talked about today, I'd like you to remember the word passion. And I've made a little acronym. It made it into a little acronym to help us remember some of the key messages. So its passion is such a strong and powerful feeling. I think of the P as persuasion. We have the power of persuasion, and we can use it effectively when communicating with others. A can be recalled as articulate your goals. Make sure everyone understands where you're going and what they need to do, and everyone will work together on it if they do. S, show the way by example. Remember, example is extremely powerful way to teach, to mentor, to guide, and it is a gift that we can give to others. Structure a plan. So people need to understand the goals, but they also need to understand how you're going to get to those goals. So structure is important, and a plan is important. Involve others. Getting others to help you. They can see things that you have missed. They can contribute to the plan. It makes the plan stronger. It makes the program stronger. And it gets everyone working together rather than going in different directions and so on. Own the outcome. Involving others helps us all own the outcome. You don't want one person to own the outcome. You want everyone to own the outcome so that we all go together as a group and we make the whole thing work. And I will mention that MOVE started as just this vague concept of, can we take our skills into a disaster area and help people and solve problems for them? And and can we do something that's really unique that, again, utilizes our specialized skills? And from that, this whole program developed. And N is nurture and train. Don't forget that people need to be brought along throughout the journey. They need to have the proper training and so on so that they can really contribute more fully. And so I think if you remember these concepts, I would ask you to please ignite, inspire, engage, act with passion, and lead by example. And please feel free to contact me. My email is there, merandall@IEEE.org. And thank you so much for this opportunity to join you today. Thank you.
Thank you much, Mary ma'am, to enlighten us with your words of wisdoms and making us aware about the MOVE program and giving us a new definition of a passion word. Thank you so much, ma'am. I'm very much honored to present a virtual token of appreciation from all of us for your valuable guidance. So I request you to accept, please, this.
Thank you. It's my honor to accept it. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much. Now coming to the next keynote by Professor B. Ravi from IIT-Bombay. I'm very pleased to introduce him as well to our delegates. Professor B. Ravi heads BETiC, Biomedical Engineering and Technology Innovation Center, as well as Desai Sethi School of Entrepreneurship. So I now request Ravi sir to praise us with his insightful keynote address. Over to you, sir.
Thank you. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Thank you so much. If you can let me the screen share.
Yes, sir. Manoj, allows sir to share the screen.
Yes, ma'am, done that.
Yeah, thank you so much. I hope you can see that. Right?
Yes, sir, we can see your screen.
All right. So in case the bandwidth is slow, I can switch off my video. So let me start.
Sure.
Good evening to everyone here. Really happy to be in the same room, virtual room, as our Professor Akinori, Ms. Mary Randall, and all the other dignitaries of IEEE, the team, organizing team. Thank you very much for having me here. It's very strange times that we are in. I mean, I also wish that I could be standing in front of you and could see your faces. It would have been great. Having said that, I intend to share a few nice stories today. I think it'll be good to switch off other maybe microphones. So I'll stick to my time of 15-20 minutes like a TED talk. And so I wear 3 hats at IIT-Bombay, as you can see. My basic is in mechanical engineering, and I'm a faculty of mechanical engineering. And now, from the last 10-15 years or so, I have been venturing into the healthcare segment in terms of medical devices, and now also as the head of the School of Entrepreneurship. So I bring in the experiences and interactions with a lot of people in whatever I learned so far. So essentially what I'll do is I'll spend about 5-6 minutes each on number one, what is the journey of entrepreneurship, and especially the values of depth that you are supposed to encounter in this. I'll illustrate that with a story of a smart stethoscope. Why I picked this story is partly because it has a lot of electronics and software into the whole thing. And this being an IEEE event, I thought that's the best example of showing to that. And third, I'll also share a little bit about how do we create ecosystems to create many more stories like that. But before I proceed further, I want a quick question to be answered. And if you can type in the chat box, and if the organizers can take a look and tell me how many yeses, how many no's are there to this question, how many of you have already incubated a startup recently or planning to incubate a startup in the next 1 or 2 years? I just would like to know, and that what I tell will depend a bit on what you answer to this question. So that Amoli or anyone in the organizing team can keep an eye on the chat box.
Yes,
And
sir.
let
We
me
see a
know.
couple of them.
One yes. Yes.
So
3 years.
I'm okay with either
Yes.
past yes or future yes. So already incubated or planning to incubate, it's meant to both of them. So
Yes, yes.
there are 150 participants, so I don't mind waiting for another half a minute. Even if 50 people say it, then we are fine. I just need to know the percentage also. How many say yeses? How many no's?
Sir, we see 4 years. As of now, I don't see any no. Oh, I think we have more actually.
Yeah, I don't mind waiting half a minute.
1, 2, 3, 4. 4 years and 7 yes, sir.
We are unable to type or chat, but we also did. Ashish Nawade here.
All right. But I'm assuming participants can type in the chat box. And I'm really very happy to see people from all over the country. It's really beautiful to see representation from across states, across institutions. Many institutions I have actually visited, I know them. I'm very, very happy to see all of you today evening. So I'll move forward and you can keep typing in the chat box. So I thought let me start with this. I just picked it up today morning. It is called as a World Happiness Report. I just had a curiosity and I thought, let me check what is happening. And when I did this, and I went and cross-checked again the heads of the institutions, it was a bit surprising to me. At this point of time, about only 11% of the world's leaders in terms of country heads are women. Okay, but if you look at the top 25 countries, 36% countries in the happiest countries in the world are led by women. If you look at the top 5 countries, it is 100%. And how is this based upon? It's based upon not only GDP, but also the social support structure, healthy life expectancy, freedom to make life choices. Look at all these factors. This is what makes us happy, right? And the happiest countries are led by women. So this is a big point. I'm not surprised, but I was very happy to see this vindicated that yes, we need women leaders to really make the world a happy place. I didn't want to put another slide saying, look at all the other countries which are not led by women, but that was going to controversy, so I didn't want to do that. But if you look at health, it is just one of the many sustainable development goals in the world. But health is not just one. If you look at health and implication of health, and if you add health to innovation, you have now many more things which are connected. Health industry, life on land, decent work, economic growth, poverty elevation, inequalities, all of them are kind of linked to health also. In fact, I've been told now, and I did some research myself, the highest number of patents are now being filed in medical devices, both in USA as well as in Europe. Much more than e-commerce or electrical or even automobile industry, which are supposed to be very big industries. Healthcare, largest number of innovations happening. Number two, the largest number of employment opportunities are also now in healthcare. Already USA, the #1 employer is healthcare. Europe also, healthcare has just become the largest healthcare employer. Almost 1 in 6 people, 1 in 5, 6 people in USA and Europe are employed in healthcare sector. So that is something for us to think about. Now, why am I talking about healthcare? If you look at every one of us have to worry about healthcare at some point of time, either for ourselves or families or neighbors or friends, right? And of course, this pandemic has just brought into much more sharper focus why healthcare is so important. But for countries like India, and I would like to say something here, we are now importing 8% of our healthcare devices. It's like almost like $7 billion, 50,000 crores. We are importing 80% of that. But our per capita expenditure on healthcare is actually almost like $150 per head compared to $7,500 per head. It's much less compared to countries from which we are importing. So we can't be doing that all the time. We have to put our own innovations, indigenous manufacturing in place, right? But if you look at the industry, our domestic industry. And what I'm saying is true largely for not just India, but also to Southeast Asia in general, and even I would say Africa, Middle East, and so on. We are struggling to produce high quality implants, which are high quality medical devices, which are also affordable, low cost, and also be in line with the government regulations, which are now kicking in very big. From a user's point of view, customer's point of view, patients, doctors, hospitals, they always want better features, better reliability, quality, easy to adapt, easy to learn, things like that. Is it possible? Have we lost the race? No. Thank you for all these new areas which are come up now. Chat cam, virtual reality, artificial intelligence, Internet of Things. In a sense, they're all IT, electronics stuff, right? Where India is supposed to be good. India is supposed to be good. Only thing is we have to put it together into innovative devices and locally develop it and locally manufacture that. Easier said than done, because that needs a lot of people to work together. People from medicine, mechanical, materials, manufacturing, electronics, software, even social sciences, management, and so on. Have we learned to work together? Not really. If you look at it, if you look at our researchers, our faculty, our students, PhD students, and so on, we all develop a lot of ideas in our labs. Yes, you all know that. And then we build a proof of concept. That is really a very important thing to do, because that is the first value of death. But then you have to take it to the next stage, which is to create a prototype, which is a working prototype. Maybe 3D print, put some breadboard, create a software app. Even if it is bugging, no problem. At least you can demonstrate the function to the end user, right? But that is not enough. You need to also make a batch of products and then go and give it to some 10, 15 end users, tell them use it and give me the feedback. You should not need not be in the room to explain how it works. Maybe there is a simple user manual or a demo video, but also you need to test the products, various tests, electrical tests, mechanical tests, biological tests if it's a medical device. All these things have to be done. And then there's a fourth value of that, when you actually get a license for manufacturing, do mass production and distribution and so on. In this whole game, one of the biggest issues is that we do research, but our solution doesn't match the problem in the field, or what is called as a product market fit is very poor. We are doing research without even understanding what the market really needs. That's the reason why many of these things fail in the third value of death, between research prototype to a commercially viable or marketable product. Not difficult to understand why it happens, because if you look at academia and industry, and if you look at these four axes, creation, transfer on the y-axis, and knowledge and products on the x-axis, we get four quadrants, right? Knowledge creation is research, product creation is development, knowledge transfer is teaching and education, and product transfer is business. Now we think that these four things are done by four different types of people. Partly true, and you do need functional expertise to do all these things. But the bigger problem is that we have a mindset that the goddess of knowledge and the goddess of wealth cannot coexist. We just had our Navaratri and Dasara, and someone I knew very well, they said, yes, this mindset is so difficult to change. We need to put a lot of energy to do that, and that energy actually is represented by the goddess of power, that is Durga for us. So this is a scenario, and unless we bring the mindset to bring the two goddesses, the two representations of knowledge and wealth together, there's a lot of initiatives like what we are seeing today. We cannot move forward. So here I would like to showcase our lab. I just thought put one picture of where I work from. This lab is called as BETiC, which stands for Biomedical Engineering and Technology Innovation Center. We decided right in the beginning that we will just not do research only, write a paper, file a patent, and expect someone else to convert the patent into a product and commercialize that. We said, no, we will go all the way from idea to impact. And so how do you do that? Saying is easy, doing it difficult. So we put a process in place. So we said we'll start with defining what is to be solved, and that itself we divide into 4 steps, saying we'll first build a team, and team will definitely should have a doctor also if it's a medical device. We will go and visit hospitals, spend enough time getting first-hand experience about what is to be solved. Then we define the problem, evolve the concepts, look at the feasibility of that, then develop it, which is essentially designing, prototyping, and so on. then testing the device in the lab, in the hospitals, getting the certification from the government, license for that, and finally, of course, filing the final patents, creating a business model, raising funds, creating a company, or commercializing in different ways. Always remember, you need to start with a large number of ideas. Even if you have a very good process, finally what will go through is about a fraction of what you start with. So at this point, let me tell you a short story. This story has four actors. One is this boy called Tapas, an electronics engineer from Dehradun, close to Himalayas, a doctor in a rural medical hospital, a place called Derwan, a software engineer called Adarsha from down south, and a mechanical engineer who also had some biomedical experience called Dr. Rupesh, okay, from Bombay. So these four people met for the first time in a medical device innovation camp that we do in IIT-Bombay every year. This year we could not do, but they met for the first time in 2015 September, and within 4 days they built a proof of concept for solving a problem for rural hospital doctors. When they put a stethoscope in the chest, on the chest of a patient, and then they hear a sound which they have never heard in their training life, they have to make a decision: should I send this patient to a tertiary hospital in a big city? They don't want to do that if it's not a life-threatening situation. The doctor said, instead of sending the patient, can I send the sound to my friend in the expert tertiary hospital? That is how the idea was born. They built a proof of concept within 4 days, and then they went back to their jobs. They're already working in companies by the time. But within 6 months, life was not the same. They said, no, we want to take this idea further. So they resigned from their jobs, came to IIT-Bombay. I immediately told them, you have to spend time in hospitals, understand what the problem is really about, get the wish list of doctors about what they really want to be done. So they did that for 3 to 4 months and slowly built from a POC. They went to prototype, alpha prototype, beta prototype, and finally a product along with a software application, which can do all these things which you can see on the list. They also built an app on which they can visualize and analyze the sound files, and analytics can tell you a bit of second opinion about, is it a chest problem, irregular heartbeat, a COPD, which is an obstructive chest disease, and so on. But the most important thing, what helped them, because they went and spent a lot of time with doctors, the doctors wanted to tell them and told them, please do not change the look and feel of a traditional stethoscope. Because when you go to rural hospital patients, the patients want the stethoscope coiled around of a doctor because that is the identity of a doctor. They did not want large headphones, okay? Because they said, we don't want patients to see the headphones. So this is very important when you do innovation, that you must understand what the customer needs. So these guys also filed a patent, applied for funding. This is a 5 million rupee, one of the best awards in the country called BIG. And with that money, they started a company. You can see their initial founders team and the initial employees called a company called IU Devices. And they did not stop there. They went to a lot of field validation, a lot of rural medical camps where hundreds of patients, where they got a data, the testing was done, all of course with all permissions, proper permissions and requirements like that. But then that validation is very important to get your own confidence that your product is good and people want that. And when the COVID happened, they found that this was a fantastic product for safe auscultation. Auscultation means listening to chest sounds. So doctor and the patient need not be in the same room at all, because it can allow the remote auscultation through a Bluetooth. The doctors were very happy saying that, especially senior doctors who wanted to be at home because they themselves had a comorbidities. They said, we want to be safe, but while sitting at home, we would like to be doing our clinical work. This was really helpful for them. So today, this company has hundreds of customers all over the country. Many of them are telemedicine companies in various states. Many state governments have placed orders onto them. And this has given them, again, a lot of nice feedback, a lot of nice exposure, many awards won. They were in Forbes, they were in Outlook Business. And, you know, it's an inspiring story, right? And these people are now are inspiring and engaging many more young people. Many more startups are now getting inspired and saying, we also want to be like you. And these guys are first generation entrepreneurs, and both of them are not from IIT Bombay. So innovation is not limited to anyone. You need not be from a top institution. You need not have any business experience. All you need is a passion. I use the word passion again, and I repeat the word of the previous speaker. You need that and the commitment to take it all the way. That is just one story. Today we have 16 startups. Most of them came in the last 3 to 4 years, and many of them, actually 3 or 4 of them, are led by women. In fact, most of them have women in the team, and these span the entire head to toe. These are diagnostic devices, screening devices. We have surgical instruments. We have assistive implants, even a surgical, isolation kind of a unit. So this makes our heart sing, and every of this team has a doctor associated with that. In fact, the very middle picture which you see, that is the second lady is not a doctor. She's actually is a mechanical master's student. So all these pictures where you see the doctor and an engineer or researcher and even a patient in some of the cases, these are the pictures which make our life sing. That's what makes us get up in the morning and want to go and do something more that day. So today, it is not just one BETiC center. We have a large network, perhaps the largest healthcare innovation network in the country with 14 institutions. 7 of them are engineering institutions, 7 of them are medical institutions. We are engaged with multiple governments of India. You see Dr. Priti Bajaj right in the center of this picture. And thanks to her, we were able to put a BETiC center in the Raisoni College of Engineering in Nagpur. And they did such a fantastic job that they also conducted not only 1 but 2 medical device hackathons, which is a rare exception for an institution from our point of view. But I think it's kicked off a lot of innovations, a lot of enthusiasm among the students. And I'm looking forward to some of them winning these BIG awards and going forward. So let me summarize what I said in one slide. So what we need definitely in the country today, and I'm not saying country, all over the world actually, is an innovation for ecosystem for innovation and entrepreneurship. And I would like to say that this ecosystem has 4 pillars. And the 4 pillars are: one is a team. And the team must have people from different disciplines. It must have mentors, experienced people who have walked the path, who can hold the hands of junior people, managers to manage facilities, experts of different domains who can visit and talk to these people. You need an innovation culture of collaboration between different institutions. You need to be able to go out of personal comfort zones. You need to be able to take risks, of course, calculated risks. But the moment you take risks, and innovation is risky, there will be failures, but you have to embrace failures, learn from failures, and keep moving ahead. Then you need infrastructure. You need software, hardware, and other stuff for CAD, simulation, prototyping, pilot batch manufacturing, which is difficult, and also testing the devices. And finally, you need a good processes, quality vision, standard operating procedures, even quality certifications. These give a lot of confidence to your industry partners, to government, to hospitals who want to test the devices, and even industry partners that, hey, these guys are doing it in a proper way, standard way, we can trust them. So you need to build all those things, but this whole thing sounds like a very difficult thing to implement in organizations. And I say that the energy for doing so comes if you keep the end user in your focus. You say that my focus is to solve the problem for that group of maybe patients in rural areas afflicted by particular ailment and they can't afford it. Can I solve that problem for them? Don't worry about the funding. Funding shall come to you if you have a commitment and passion to solve the problem. The funds will always come to you. Resources will always come to you. That's what I have learned. Choose a good problem, keep the focus on the end user, and everything shall fall into place. So I'll end there. And here are more information in case you want to look up. BETiC is our lab, betic.org, you can look up. I also had this Desai City School for Entrepreneurship, and we have a special program called as Women in Entrepreneurship, WIE, which is funded by the CGI. And this actually, we handhold women entrepreneurs through a lot of discussions, fireside chats with experts, special camps on finance or marketing or how to make a business plan and so on. And we also have a book on medical device innovation in case you're interested in healthcare innovation. And also you have my LinkedIn link, and in case you want to just put your mobile phone, my LinkedIn profile. I end there and thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir, for your wonderful insight on biomedical device development process and the inspirational story.
Thank you.
Hello, am I audible, ma'am?
Yes. Yes, Amoli.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much, Ravi sir, for your wonderful insight on biomedical device development process and the inspirational story. Now I request you to accept this virtual token of appreciation from all of us at ILS Nagpur.
Thank
Ravi
you,
sir, please.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Ravi sir. Amoli, just 2 minutes.
Over to you, ma'am.
Yeah.
Yes, over to you, ma'am.
Thank you so much, Ravi sir. And let me acknowledge the presence of a few more speakers and stalwarts from the field. So welcome, Lance. We could see you. Long time you are here. Thank you so much for joining the inauguration. Thank you, Arvind sir. Many senior officials from IEEE Nagpur subsection I could see. Gajendra, Arvind, Kuldeep, and Harish, Kumarappan sir, and Asthana Saab. Thank you so much. And then this is for Shivaji. Thank you, sir. Shivaji sir, thank you for being here.
Thank you.
We acknowledge your presence. Dr. Nair could not join, but he conveyed his best wishes. So thank you so much, Dr. Nair. And we also acknowledge the presence of Dr. Ashwin Kothari. We request him to accept our token of gratitude towards Dr. O.G. Kakade, Director IIT Nagpur, who have given us the WebEx link and then channel partner. So Dr. Ashwin, thank you for joining, and please convey our regards to Dr. Kakade. Amoli, over to you.
Yes, thank you so much, ma'am. Any event cannot succeed without the support from elders, as this event. Now, I request our supporters from 3 sections of IEEE, without whom this won't be possible. So I call upon Mr. Girish Khilari, Chair IEEE Pune section, to share his thoughts with us today. Girish sir, over to you.
Am I audible?
Yes, Girish.
Sir.
Yes. Thank you so much. And I witnessed very great evening and had an opportunity to listen to all the leaders from across the globe, from Region 10, from US. So it is such an honor and privilege to be with all of you. And I'm very happy that Pune section is one of the organizations in this great event. I wish all the volunteers, all the speakers, all the participants a great symposium, and Pune section will always be there throughout. And then I congratulate Nagpur section for such a wonderful event. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Girish sir. Further, I request Dr. Prerna Gaur, Chair IEEE Delhi section, to share her words of wisdom with us. Over to you, Prerna ma'am.
Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am. You are.
Thank you so much. Coming together is a beginning. Keeping together is progress. Working together is success. Good evening, everyone. I, Dr. Prerna Gaur, the chair of Delhi section, feel proud to be part of the organization team of IEEE ILS, supported by India Council, Nagpur section, and Delhi section with Pune section. I, on behalf of the whole IEEE Delhi section, would seize this moment to thank Dr. Preeti Bajaj and India Council for giving us this opportunity. IEEE ILS is a platform for WI academicians, scholars, entrepreneurs, and technocrats from divergent fields and careers to show up together and share a common podium. The WIE ILS provides a path to connect with industry experts, successful business professionals, and experts working on latest technologies. We will witness a number of keynote address and panel discussions, and I am sure that it will be a great connect to bridge the gap between women and technology, entrepreneurship, and empowerment. I appreciate all the efforts put in by Dr. Preeti Bajaj, Dr. Amoli, Vamsi, and team members. I wish great success to WIEILS. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Prerna ma'am. Now I invite Dr. Ashish Singh, Chair IEEE UP section, to speak a few words on this occasion. Over to you, Ashish sir. Ashish
I
sir?
don't see Ashish sir is not on the
don't-
call now.
Yes. Okay. Here I would like to thank all the supporting sections for their constant support and request Girish Khilari sir to accept e-memento from all of us. Thank you, sir. And I would also request Dr. Prerna Gaur ma'am to accept e-remembrance from all of us.
Thank you so much. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. And I also request Ashish sir to take this token of appreciation from all of us. Every one of us is very curious to know about the flow of ILS. So, without taking much of your time, now I request Vamsi Krishna Jadala, Organizing Co-Chair, IEEE Women in Engineering International Leadership Summit 2020 Nagpur, to present session details of upcoming 2 days at ILS 2020. The only man. Over to you, Vamsi.
Yes, thank you, Dr. Amodi. And just before I go there, I just wanted to thank all the leaders of Who is Who of IEEE and all the industry leaders. I've been volunteering under all of these leadership. So I just want to share a small story that I started as a volunteer for 2015 IILS, and 2016 with Rajeshri ma'am, I was the organizing secretary for ILS, and 2017 and 18 I was a speaker, and this year, thanks to Dr. Preeti Bajaj ma'am, I'm for the opportunity to be as a summit co-chair. And all thanks to my team, Amoli ma'am, Pachi ma'am, Ravi sir, Manoj sir, and especially my volunteers who are the backbone of all of this. Before we go for next 2 days, I just also wanted to state that today morning we had a workshop by IBM. The chief architects of IBM joined us. 4 of them were, I personally heard a feedback that this is too much in detail. I mean, we should have invited more for students to know and all. So all thanks to the IBM speakers who took out their time in the morning to come back and share their expertise with our students. Regarding coming for the next 2 days, we got the marquee speakers of Who is Who of the industry. Like if we look at tomorrow's session, we especially have the very important and I personally like this session. Me and Preeti ma'am always wanted to have Prahlad Vadike who is a General Secretary for Federation of International Robotic Soccer Association, who is coming tomorrow as a first keynote speaker. And then we have Priyank Patel, who is the director of Kadam. And also, alongside with that, we also have a Women in Technology panel moderated by Sukhada Chaudhary. And this panel is going to have Emiliano from Arten, Celia Shehnaz from Arten again, and Supervadis Aramvit from Arten, Dr. Shabana Uruz, and Professor Rashna Garg, Dr. YVS Lakshmi, and Ramlata Marimathu. Ma'am, and alongside with that, on the 7th November, we also have a track-wise sessions that are happening. In the track 1, we have innovation, entrepreneurship, and social leadership, where we have Mathur who is a founder. The whole concept is that in the last 2 months, we only looked at bringing what best we can deliver as this part of the virtual summit. Because I want to go on record that like exactly 2 weeks back, we had hardly any registration. Just that we got announcing speakers and we kept telling people that this is what we are bringing in, this is the expertise we are sharing it. And today we have close to around 750 plus registrations who are watching us live on Facebook, YouTube and all. So tomorrow in the track wise, we have like senior industry leaders like Vishwanathan Iyer, who is the Vice President of Architectures in Cisco, and Takako, who has joined us today for the inaugural, who will be sharing about the research and career developer in Corona era. And in the afternoon, again, we have on a track on empowerment. And later in the evening, we have a panel discussion again on rethinking work on flexibility and engagement. With that, we close for the second day, and third day again we start with the theme Engage and Ignite. We have been hearing this name a lot. That is about Atal Innovation Mission in India. Mr. Ramanan Ramanathan, who is the director for Atal Innovation Mission and secretary for NITI Aayog, is coming for a keynote. And then we have Mr. Rajiv Kair, who is the founder of Priya Shamik, who is going to tell us how we create opportunities of the problems. And again, the day three, we again divided into track 3 and track 4, where we have innovation and entrepreneurship as a track 3, where we have Vasdev Mishra, Jing Dong from Bai Beijing, Dr. Elisa Bani. Thank you for joining. I know it's very early for you. Thank you for joining. Who is MGA SAC chair, who is joining us on the day 3. And we also have Ashish Navade sir, who has joined us on the inaugural in the track 3 of the day 3. And in the empowerment track, we also have Sangeeta Yadav, Lopamudra Rao, Abhay Chermati, Deepak Tehran, Aishwarya Bandla. We have been hearing about Aishwarya Bandla from our director-elect. So we are going to witness all of them on day 3. And last 3 months of planning and execution come finally. The day one part of the day 3 days is done, and we are so much looking forward for day 2 and day 3. And we look forward to see you all in the coming sessions and also in the valedictory on 8th of November. Over to you, Dr. Amoli.
Thank you so much, Vamsi. The only man who makes no mistakes is the man who does nothing, as I would say. So let us do some extra in the takeaway from Ireland. Thank you, Vamsi, again. Coming to the next segment, I would like to thank Rajeshri Jain ma'am from IEEE Pune section and Kranti Athale and Lekha Panikular Nagra from IBM Research, who have taken the ownership to arrange the pre-summit workshop on blockchain technology and applications and design thinking. So with regard, I would request Lekha ma'am, IBM certified IT specialist, IBM, to accept the memento from all of us. I would also request Bhushan Chintakar, lead architect blockchain IBM, to receive the e-remembrance from ILS 2020 Nagpur team. Next, I request Shruti Kulkarni, application architect blockchain IBM, to accept the e-memento. And I also request Santu Mehti, lead architect blockchain IBM, to accept the e-souvenir from all of us. So thank you to all our experts today who have just spared the morning session, a wonderful session with the students on blockchain technology. Now I request Dr. Suryanarayan Dula, Chair, Bombay section, to accept a small token of appreciation from all of us. Surya sir. Thank you, Surya sir. Further, I request Mr. Ranjit Singh, Chair, IEEE Nagpur subsection, to accept an e-remembrance from ILS 2020 team. Thank you, sir. The price of success is hard work, dedication to the job at hand, and the determination that whether we win or lose, we have applied the best of ourselves to the task at hand. So it's time to appreciate all those who worked hard for making this WIE-ILS 2020 Nagpur possible. Hence, at the end, I request Dr. Prachi Parsotkar, organizing co-chair IEEE WIE-ILS 2020, to present a formal vote of thanks. Over to you, Prachi.
Group picture.
Ma'am, should we take the group picture first?
Okay, we can take the picture first.
Okay. Yes. Okay.
Yeah, ma'am, can you stop sharing, please?
Yes.
Can I request everyone to please turn on your cameras? Okay, I took one. I would request
Vamsi,
rest of you all to.
Vamsi, your camera.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. Okay. I would request all of you to please switch on your cameras. Yeah. I got one. Okay, I see Mary. Yes, thank you. Yes, I got another one. Yes, last one more. Yes, yes, got it. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Vamsi. So, Prachi, over to you. Prachi, you're on mute. Prachi, we are not able to hear you.
Prachi ma'am, your audio.
Prachi, please, you are not audible.
Even she is unmuted, but still we cannot hear.
Okay.
Hello, Prachi.
Ma'am, I think there is a problem, and I don't think Prachi ma'am will be speaking.
Okay. So, not an issue. On behalf of Nagpur Subsection and India Council and all the three host sections, I would like to thank each and everyone for joining this meet without taking much time. So thank you so much, Akinori Sen. Thank you so much, Deepak sir. Thank you so much, Dr. Singh, Professor Shivaji, Asthana Saab. Thank you so much, Lance, for joining, and all the speakers, Renu ma'am, Takako. I could see everyone to be part of this summit. And let me thank the team who has worked really hard under Bombay section. So Nagpur subsection team, Ranjit sir, Arvind, the Amori, Prachi, Ravi, Manoj, Pooja, and the team of volunteers, Tanishq, Parag, Kirit, Sandeep, Shivam, Adesh, Vivi, Ankita, Trishita, Anjali, Prashant, few names which I could remember. Those really have worked hard. Thank you so much, Mary and Ravi sir, for joining and your wonderful insight into different technologies, MOO and biomedical devices development. I could see the whole IEEE fraternity who have joined for this inaugural function which is being organized by Nagpur subsection and India Council together. So at the last, Girish, Prerna, and Ashish for all the supports. Jadeja Saab, thank you so much for all your support and presence. Amit, thank you. As usual, you are always being so supportive. Shivana, Vinit, Kumarappan Saab, everybody. Elisa, thank you for sparing your precious time. And it's time to end. Before we sign off, I would like to end this with national anthem. Manoj, over to you for national anthem, because it's international meet. We thought of let's start, and thank you. So Manoj, can we have national anthem, please?
Yes, yes.
जन गण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड़ उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उज्जल जगति तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगल दायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे
So look forward to meet you in over next 2 days. Thank you so much once again. Let's sign off.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye, Preeti. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Thank you. Bye-bye. See you.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, madam. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you.
Thank you, Deepak sir. Thank you, everyone.
Sir, bye. Thank you.
Manoj sir, recording stop करना है.
And we can have offline discussion on con call or WhatsApp video. Congratulations, dear team. Thank you
Thank you,
so
ma'am.
much.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so
Thank you.
much. Finally, it is done. Thank you.
Yes.